All right, so I've been thinking about this for a while, talking about Jason Tatum, and I look at the NBA like this. Like, I don't care. To me, NBA regular season statistics, you can completely throw it out the window. You can almost throw everything that happens in the regular season out the window. And I've been saying that forever about the NFL, but the NBA to me, like the playoffs is a completely different sport. Yeah, it's completely different. The games are played different. They're called different. The best players play the most minutes. Like it's for real. This is what real tough, basketball is. Playoff games are completely different. So I just think like I don't care what you did in the regular season. And honestly, what do you do in the playoffs? And I think the way I look at players is if I have to play a 7-game series tomorrow, I'm starting a 7-game series. Who do I want? Like, who do I absolutely have to have if I've got to win a 7-game series? And that to me is where it's at. That's how I look at these players. Well, he's top 5, he's top 10. To me, all those rankings, first team, second team, third team, all NBA, whatever, those are regular season things. This is how I look at it. This is how I rate players. Okay, so best guys in a 7-game series. Jokic to me number one. His offensive game is far beyond any center we've ever had for sure, and it's up there with the best players in the history of the game. The guy is just a walking triple double, and especially with this postseason, he's basically helping coach the team. He's telling everybody where to go, what to do, and he's running the whole show. He's in control of everything. Yeah, he's not the greatest defensive player in the world, but he's good enough. He's good enough to do what needs to be done. And so to me, he's number one. He's the best player in the league. You can give the MVP to Shai Gilgeous if you want. Jokic still the best player. Second, I'm putting Giannis. Yeah, I know Giannis, not a great shooter. Yep. Struggles with free throws. Yep, I get that. So did Wilt Chamberlain and Shaquille O'Neal. And Tim Duncan. Like, plenty of guys have struggled with free throws and that kind of stuff. I really don't care. Giannis was unbelievable. Like, he had a game in the Indiana series, he had 30 points and 20 rebounds. Like, the guy's unstoppable, but he needs something around him. This Milwaukee team is pretty less than average around him, but the dude was still balling. And I don't really care. If I'm starting a franchise, he's one of those guys I definitely want. I put Steph Curry third. Look, man, yeah, I know he's 37. I know he's just hamstring injury right now, but the guy's just awesome. And he turns that team into a contender when they really shouldn't be. Like, with Curry, they might be able to win this series and they'd be a nightmare to play in the conference finals. Without him, it's not even. Yes, I know they're doing a great job with culture and they still have Jimmy Butler and all that stuff, but dude, like, this is a Curry. This is mostly a one-man show. And so, yeah, you'd be scared to death. Your team has to play Steph Curry, you're worried. Fourth, I put Luka. Yeah, okay. I know he's a little struggled this season in the playoffs, a little bit out of shape, but I don't care, dude. His playoff numbers are outstanding. He's a killer every time he's in there. Every opposing fan is afraid of him. Okay, you want to talk about somebody who not only will beat you, but stick it in your face. Like, I'm sorry, dude. The resume is just, the beating the Phoenix Suns that, in 2022 when they were, basically looked like they were the best team and took their ass down. And then, the way he played last year, taking them to the finals. Yes, I know they got smoked by Boston, but that Boston team it was their year. You weren't beating them. And still, at the end of games, you're still worried about it. So maybe I'll change this list next year, but I need more of him not succeeding to move him anywhere. And I put Jalen Brunson fifth. Yeah, I know. Small guard. I get it. Can he be the best player on a championship team? Probably not. But you know what? I'm going into the playoff series. I'll take him. I'll take him over a bunch of these other guys because I know dude's going to get it done. And I know at the end of games, he's as clutch as they come. So that's who I want. I put Anthony Edwards sixth. And listen, Anthony Edwards got some work to do. He's spectacular. He can light it up. He can have 40 points in a playoff game. He can also not be able to make a shot and sometimes can, kind of disappear in games. But dude, the guy's just unstoppable. Or, well, not unstoppable, but he's just, he's just coming for you no matter what. He's got the mindset that I want. if I'm playing a series, I know he's going to, keep trying. He's never going to stop, and he's going to keep coming after you. And that's who I want. I put LeBron 7th. Yeah, I know LeBron's, 20 years in. I get it. But LeBron's going to have my team in the right mindset. He's going to have everybody in the right place. And he's going to be giving it all at 40 years old. No, he probably can't be the best player on a championship team anymore, but he's going to squeeze the most out of everything that you've got. And I know my team is going to have the right mindset and not be retarded if LeBron's out there. Next, I put Kevin Durant. Yeah, I know Phoenix isn't any good. I get it. But you know what? Kevin Durant is still unbelievable. Even the series when Denver won the title a couple years ago, Durant was unbelievable. You drop 35 or 40 if you need it, and the guy's still unstoppable. There's really nothing you can do with him. Yeah, I know he's on a bad team, but I don't care. I've seen it done before. And Tatum has not come up yet, but he'll be on here soon. Next, I put Donovan Mitchell. Donovan Mitchell 9th. Look, and most of this comes down to I know what I'm getting. I know what I'm getting from Donovan Mitchell. Okay? I'm getting the guy can have 40-point playoff games. You want 40-point playoff games? He can do that. He's going to score, especially when your team needs it. In that second game when they really needed him and nobody else on the team was doing anything. Granted, they lost at the end. They collapsed, but that really wasn't Donovan Mitchell's fault. The guy was worn out from scoring 48 points and carrying them the whole time. So, same thing. It's just mindset. It's not like, and if his 3-point shot isn't going in, okay, not that big a deal. He'll just get to the basket. Couldn't make a 3 in game 1, didn't matter. So then I put Jason Tatum. Willingly, I put Jason Tatum 10th, even though I still have some arguments, but the guy is awesome on both sides of the ball. He can score any kind of way you want. And if he has a 3-pointer going in, there's nothing you can really do. Like, he's going to get it off. He's too big to do anything to it. And, and those games where he does play with the right mindset, dude is scary. And he's exactly the size you want. 6'8", can do everything, can guard a whole bunch of positions. He's durable, no disrespect. But to me, in a playoff series, guys I want, he's where he should be. And then I rounded it out. I put Halliburton next. I just think that what Halliburton does for your team is special, but he's a smaller guard. And so those guys usually can't lead you to the title. And then I put Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Look, I just don't think he's experienced enough in the playoffs. Yeah, he great in the regular season this year, an awesome scorer. I get it, but we'll see what happens in this series. But yeah, I can't go there with him because I'm not exactly sure what I'm getting. And is he really making his team better, or is that team just really good and he happens to be on it? So we'll get closer. We'll get more answers on that as we go. And then I put Jimmy Butler. And the only reason Jimmy Butler is in this spot and not ahead of Tatum is because Butler's 35. And I just don't know how many more games of scoring 30 points in the playoffs he has in him. But, 2 years ago, yeah, I would take Jimmy Butler over Tatum any day. But right now, that's where he is. But his career, and as far as getting it done when it matters, is way better than Jason Tatum's is. So anyway, yeah. So those are the best guys. I think it's a pretty good list. But send me your comments. Tell me why I'm crazy or whatever you think it is.